Now, once we have Lunchbox installed, we can go to Lunchbox, go down to Geometry, and actually, let me just close this off, and we'll just go back through it and open it up again. So I'm going to go to Lunchbox. I'm going to go to Geometry. I'm going to go to Curves, and then we have Divide Curve that allows us, let me just click it on the screen and actually just zoom in here. So we can put in any curve, and a straight line can be a curve, the number of divisions we want, and we get out points along that, planes, tangents, and parameters. So we get a wealth of information that we could use for other functions. We're not going to need those for this one, but these are kind of the power of some of these plugins. So let's just go ahead and plug in a curve. So we'll take that, one of those first curves, just stick it in here. And we need that idea of how many ribs we want. So I'm going to say number of ribs. I'm going to make a slider again. So I'll just copy and paste and double click on it. And obviously number of ribs is the number of points we want on that curve. And let's make some reasonable limits here so we don't put too many in. So let's go up maybe to a dozen. And I'll slide this back a little bit to start with. And we'll close this off. And you'll notice I have all the sliders out on this end so that we have kind of like, we have a way of maybe making access to these. There's all kinds of ways we can make this functionality, just build this functionality right into Revit by making a what's called a dynamo player. So anyway, we'll take that functionality now, that number of ribs, plug it into our unit, and now you'll notice that we have that ability to divide off our line or our curve. So as I change these, you'll see the number of ribs changes. So we'll leave that at some reasonable value for now. Now we want to do that to all lines, and it's actually quite a simple function because we can continue to import all of these other lines. We just need to once again use that idea of a list create. And we're going to bring 3 lines together. So I'm going to make sure I have room for 3 items. We'll take our first line and plug it in. And I should zoom in here a little bit. And then our second line. And then our NURBS curve, which is our third line or curve, as I should be referring to it. And we're going to put that in now as the complete curve. And now you'll notice that each one of these, and let me just go through and manipulate this model a little bit so you can see it better. I don't know why I'm not getting a nice rotating function here. There we go. So now we have a convenient way to divide off and change all the number of ribs that we want to have.